Konnichiwa, Dick Punchers and Dick Punchettes. Yeah, Wolf Link, you're bored. You've been just sitting there for a couple of days. Anyway, so I'm McDan.
I'm Pliskin.
This is more bored.
And you're about to tell a story.
Yes, I am. It's the story of how my sister came out to me as bi over Christmas. We were talking about the subject of LGBTQ, or as Penn Jillette likes to refer to them, the lettuce, bacon, tomato, guacamole community.
Yeah.
And she mentioned pride parades that she and my mom had gone to. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. What did you do that for? And she's like, because I'm bi. I'm like, really? She goes, oh my god, you didn't know? Like, I told mom and dad, I thought you knew. I'm like, no, I had no idea. So it's like, oops.
Last to know, like always.
Dude, seriously though, I'm always the last to know. I mean, I don't care, like, whatever makes her happy, and she knew I was going to react that way, but it's just hilarious to me that she thought I already knew.
Yeah.
And that's how she broke the news to me. And as I said to her at the time, because I've never met any boyfriends or girlfriends or whatever, I said, quite honestly, I never considered you a being who was capable of or interested in any kind of romantic relationship.
It's like, sister. Ew.
well, no, it's not even that. There just was none of it that I saw.
Well, that's true.
Like, it just never happened. Now, maybe that's because she's been away at school for so long, but...
She's asexual. She just kind of, like, slops off some...
Ow! Jesus Christ!
She just, like, slops off some skin cells, and that's how she can reproduce.
One day, she's just going to eat a bunch of Thai food and just split in half.
Yes.
I've always thought that she was the larval form of her species, and that one day she would build a cocoon, and then 6 weeks later emerge as, like, one of the alien chest bursters or something.
Oh, John Hurt. Apparently, he's...
Did you know about this? You can talk to the hawk.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna go ahead and skip that. Skip that. Can't skip. So, you're splurped, right? That's racist.
Yeah.
It didn't sound anything like a reed.
Can you... Is there any moment in wolf mode where the hawk helps you out?
I don't think so. Maybe. Let's...
Well, obviously, I mean, it just said, hey, if you need my help, just do it again.
Let's find out. That's actually something I don't know.
Yeah.
Skip. Nope.
Well, maybe at a later point in the game.
Maybe. I know there is a point where you call on, like, one of those weird shadow birds.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I guess technically that's a hawk. I mean, it's the Twilight version of it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe.
Whee!
I love how he clips to the roof.
Alright, so the shield is up there.
And while you're up there, make sure you shit on his bed. That way, when he's sitting there, he's like, ooh, there's a dog turd on my bed.
Hey, I've got a shield, but I have no means to use it.
I also love how fast you get rid of this wooden shield.
Oh, yeah.
It's like...
It makes it through literally, like, one dungeon.
Yeah, that's it. And then it's just like, alright, healing shield time.
Well, I mean, it happened the same way in Ocarina of Time, too. Because the second dungeon in both of those games is the fire dungeon. Specifically, Death Mountain.
Yeah. But, I mean, you do more as a kid with the wooden shield.
True. You don't do fucking jack shit with the wooden shield as an adult.
No. So, like, in this game, it's kind of just like, oh, well, it's just precedence at this point that you have a wooden shield first.
I don't feel like fucking waiting.
Yeah, I know. This point is so annoying. It's like, I don't
How about that? I remember, Rose, I didn't even need to use my sense. Can you tell I've played this game once or twice?
Maybe. Well, that's why we figured we'd be going through this game pretty quickly, so. Especially since if we're going to be doing any of the fetch quests, it will be off screen, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's a fetch quest that's required to complete the game, then we should probably do it on screen.
Well, obviously, but
because you never know. Someone might watch this, and they might want to use this as, like, a walkthrough of some type.
Well.
There is always that chance. So, I've got the sword and the shield. Hi, chicken. Ah, you're the asshole who flew with me earlier.
No, that was a brown chicken.
That was a brown chicken.
Brown chicken.
Grrr. Can I fuck up Russell?
Well, he fucks you up.
I mean, I knew he fucks me up, but I thought maybe if I lunged at him. Russell.
That has to be like one of the most unattractive names
ever. This is the ranch. Have you ever seen that one Family Guy where they're breaking into Lois's dad's vault?
It's like,
what's the most unattractive male name in the English language? Oh, I got this. Keith. Correct.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. So, what the hell?
Just fuck off. Just go into the great beyond.
Beyond the mysterious beyond. You remember that?
Uh-huh.
Like Land Before Time 17 or something like that?
Oh, speaking of time jokes like that. Again, I mean, I really would like to play it probably soon. Human Revolution.
You mentioned that before.
But in the game, it's a Square Enix game. Square Enix developed it.
They did Super Mario RPG.
Yeah,
and I really like that game, so cool.
Yeah. Anyways,
we should play that sometime for the channel. I'm not sure how many people like even know that exists.
Oh, I can get to that game pretty quickly too. I know that game inside and out because it's my favorite RPG ever. But anyways, so Human Revolution. There's a point in that game. Well, not a point, but I mean it's set in the future. It's like 2045 or something like that. Mm-hmm. There is a poster in I think Pritchard's office. I think it's Pritchard's office for Final Fantasy 23.
That's cool.
Yeah, I just figured out it was like a neat little thing.
Is that game by any chance about uploading your consciousness to a robot?
Probably.
Because, I mean, latest projections are that's when it's going to be possible. It's 2045.
Well, I mean,
so all we need to do is live another 29 years and we get to be weird immortal robots.
Well, I mean, Human Revolution's all about, like, OGs. So, like...
Swiggity swag, my Patronus is a stag.
Yep.
Have you ever seen that?
Yes.
For those of you who haven't, it's Harry Potter. And the whole thing is, swiggity swag, my Patronus is a stag. Like my dad, who's dead. Like every other father figure in my life.
Yep. But Human Revolution, what it's about, real quick, is basically... Like, you have people who want to take humans to the next evolution, which they think is OGs. And then you got the purity ones that are just like, don't play God, like, don't do that.
Is it just me, or have, like, fiction writers been awfully obsessed with the next stage in human evolution for the last few decades?
Well, I mean, I would say probably... Squirrel! Here's the thing when it comes to sci-fi, in my personal opinion. Like, obviously, during the 60s, the 70s, and maybe the first part of the 80s, it was all about space. It's all about because, you know, we've never been there. Like, we were just exploring it. We didn't know what was going to happen. Like, all we thought was we're going to go up there and our eyeballs are going to suck inside our head and go out our asshole, for all we know. So, like, it was...
I'm pretty sure they didn't think that was going to happen.
You know, like, it was mysterious. It was great beyond. But now that we're learning more about space, it's kind of like, all right, you know, we got to move on from that.
See, that's the biggest problem with... Like, I hate to sound like my father, but that's the biggest problem with this younger generation. It's like, space is routine for them. Like, we don't know what it was like to watch a man set foot on the moon.
Yeah.
Like, we've just always known that could happen. Like, there was never any question in our minds. So, I feel like, you know, like, right after our parents' generation and onward, we don't have the same appreciation for space that other generations before us have had because it's so routine for us.
Yeah, well, and I think that's kind of like technology went from space to genetics.
Mm-hmm.
And like when like the huge thing that a lot of people like to play with now is learning about the human genome. Like, we now have access to the human genome.
No, we've mapped
what things can we do to it? And I think that's what a lot of sci-fi people are doing about.
Right,
it's like,
and the most important question is there an X gene?
Yeah.
And how do we activate it? If you could be one X-Men character, well, not be one X-Men character, but have the powers of one X-Men character, or really anybody from the Marvel Universe, who would it be?
Any like mutant in general would probably be healing powers.
So, like Wolverine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, like, yes, would I want to be super strong or be able to bend things from my mind? Sure. But the ability to just basically be able to, like, walk through a gunfight, or go into a burning building and be fine afterwards,
mm-hmm.
I think that would be just better, because, like, having healing powers yourself means that you could technically save more lives.
They totally ripped that off from X-Men Apocalypse.
Sure.
Okay, alright. Respectable.
Because, like I said, it's just one of those things where, like, it's the only power I think that would be used to help other people, technically, because, like, alright, like, Billy's burning in a building, and firefighters can't get to him.
That was wonderfully alliterative.
I'll just walk in there, I lose my clothes, and it might hurt a little bit, but I'll go save Billy.
Okay.
Like, maybe that'd be the only other thing I would say. If I'd have healing powers, I'd want to have the ability to not feel pain as well.
Well, there isn't really a character like that.
No. I mean, you assume that Wolverine has a high pain tolerance.
He gets used to it.
Yeah.
I mean, he was born in, like, what, 1840-something? And he's fought in every war.
Yeah.
From the Civil War to Vietnam. Like, how many times do you think he's been shot?
Well, not only that, but, I mean, every time his bone claws came out, it technically broke his skin.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Remember the original X-Men movie? When they come out, does it hurt? Every time.
Yep. I don't know, like I said... I mean, the only other thing I would say would be, like, invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
Only because then you can't hit what you can't see type of deal.
I think I've got you beat. If I could have the powers of one character, Jean Grey, Phoenix. Because then, rather than walking through fire, I could just put the fire out with my brain.
True.
Rather than, you know, taking bullets for people, I could just stop them in midair. And then, you know, turn all their guns into dust.
But you know what they say, power.
Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. I understand that. You have met me, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, by definition, my personality is, like, 90% skepticism of power and revulsion for it.
And that's why, personally, for me, it's like, I wouldn't want some grand power. I just want something simple. Like, the ability to heal.
You know what I would do? I changed my answer. I want the powers of Apocalypse, but you know what I'm going to do with them? I'm going to wind up being the Hancock of the X-Men universe.
Oh.
It's this all-powerful dude who just gets drunk and hangs out on benches.
Ah.
Could you imagine that?
Either that, or you could be the human, what am I thinking about? I'm gonna sound stupid here, but again, brain's not working. Basically 3D printer. Like, basically be able to be like, oh, you need a burger? I can make a burger with my mind.
Jean Grey can do that.
She can make you perceive that you have a burger.
No. She can telekinetically manipulate matter on the subatomic level. All she has to do is put together the right combination of protons, neutrons, and electrons, and you got yourself a tasty burger.
Well, the difference is...
Oh, motherfuck.
Oh, did you just die?
Yeah, we were talking about powers and I wasn't paying attention. Look at Minna. She's like, are you fucking serious?
I think the whole world's like, are you fucking serious? Alright,
well, no. You know what the problem with that is? Is I don't get to do the spin attack first.
Oh, I know.
So I have to
I think that's the first time I died, too.
Alright, so let me just beat these guys and then we'll end the episode.
Okay.
Let me prove I'm not a piece of shit at Zelda.
What was I going to say, though? Like, the difference between Jean Grey and Apocalypse, I think it's Jean Grey needs to know how to do it. Apocalypse can just do it.
Well, that's because Apocalypse has had tens of thousands of years to practice doing it.
Well, not only that, but, like, it's the idea that technically in the world of X-Men, Apocalypse is, like, a god. So, like,
So's Phoenix. But we'll have to finish this conversation on the next episode of B.O.R.G.